Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly reading for August 2025. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's jump right in. Scorpio, by the way, if you're new to my channel, I'll do your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I pull more cards. We discuss a couple more aspects that we didn't get to, and then do your second spread. And don't forget the blue asterisk, the best aspects of the month. And yes, there's a lot more on the back. Okay. Here's the thing, Scorpio. I'm looking at what's going on for you. I love what's happening. I absolutely love what's happening. And then even after August, when we move into fall, which, you know, that's your birthday season, I still love what's happening for you. Okay. Just know that August is going to be one for the books. Okay. I look at this month and it's like something that wasn't meant to touch water. It is electric. It is sensational. It's also like oxygen to fire. It's like Shazam. Okay. The sheer magnitude of what's happening this month makes it the least boring month of the year. Everything that we've been waiting for is right here in August. Okay. So I am, and well, lucky us. August is one of those long months. Yeah. More than 30 days. We got time. And you're going to see that spiritual leader, that compassionate hero, the visionary artist, that role model inside you that you've been experiencing. Oh, you're going to see that come out. Okay. Fierce. And it's locked and loaded now. Remember the rare trine that we've been experiencing, which I've called the prism portal, that is truly defining everything right now. And we're going to talk about that again because I'm going to tell you what's happening. Like, this is just use August, please, for everything that you want. Because remember, there is a deadline, September 1st, when we move into eclipse season. All right. So I've been saying week after week after week after week, take action this summer. Okay. Before September 1st for where you want to be by February 2026. Okay. That's when we have the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees in Aries, the world axis. Astrology would not even exist without that degree. And that is the big reset. Okay. So, but again, even this fall, I'm like, oh, Scorpios are they're good. But okay, let's focus on August. It is off the Richter scale. It's off the charts. Mars is changing signs. Venus is changing signs. Venus will conjunct Jupiter, by the way, our annual gift from the universe. One of the most auspicious aspects of the entire year. We also have a cluster of rare, I can't still process what's happening aspects for one of the most bonkers weekends of 2025. And Mercury will officially go direct, no longer retrograde. Okay. There's also one day that I really, really want you to pay attention to. It is very exciting. And I really want you to mark this in your calendar. It is a day that Venus is going to aspect every outer planet in one day. In one day. We'll talk about it. Yeah. And then Uranus, which has moved into your 8th house just a few weeks ago. Yeah. Uranus it's unhinged in a great, amazing way. Planet gone wild, very Forrest Gump. Okay. Very box of chocolates. You don't know. Right. So, part of your breakthrough. And there's a lot of aspects that are hitting the nodes. Yeah, the nodes of fate, north node, south node. I don't even think I had room to put them on. There's so much happening. Okay, don't forget you're still in retrograde mode as well. Yeah, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Ceres, even Mercury. The first half, okay? And let me guess, with Mercury retrograde, yeah, I'm filming this while Mercury's retrograde, and you are watching this while Mercury's retrograde. You have been refining, reassessing, reworking things from, let's say, around July 1st and later. Yeah. To improve things, maybe communication, maybe technology, maybe writing projects, but most likely with career and your reputation. Okay. That's when Mercury entered shadow. And now we'll talk about it. Mercury's going to go direct. So here's the thing. remember, these retrogrades are good for you. This is a good period, right? It's just giving you perspective, especially because remember, you have the spotlight. We're still in Leo season, the first half. You've got the stage, all that Leo energy. It's creativity. It's passion. It's love. Yeah. It's heart-based living. Leo is the heart. It's loud and proud. It's inner child. And Leo rules your 10th house. So again, a lot of energy around career, your passions. Yeah. As well as, if you're not here for career, your reputation, how you want to be seen, your public image, honors, achievements that you're going after. Yeah. And finally, yeah, the rare minor grand trine. We've been talking about that magic pyramid, what I call the prism portal, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries at the apex, sextile Uranus in Gemini, and Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus is trining Pluto. So now all the outer planets, again, locked and loaded. They're connecting. They're working with each other. They're aspecting this alignment. This is creating this brand new era for you. Wow. Yeah. This once a lifetime. Yeah. Prism portal. Nobody on earth has ever experienced. And I promised you, I would tell you when we really feel it. Well, we are here in August. In fact, the majority of the aspects, and you're going to see this, are all part of this prism portal, okay? This rare trine, right? This it's insane. It's insane, all right? And then they're all between 0 to 2 degrees of new beginning. So you are really moving through this new world that you're creating for yourself. Remember, you create your reality, all right? And this alignment, all right, with the 4 planets, what they're doing is they're breaking down who you were to make you who you're meant to be. There is a new you, okay? There are pterodactyls and other universes and other dimensions watching us right now. They're excited. This is a big moment for humanity. Like, this is big. I really want you to know how big this is. All right, let's dive right in. Now, here's the thing. Actually, when we move into August 1st, I'm just going to, I need to tell you this, okay? And because I'm going to skip around on some things that may be on the whiteboard, tell you the most important things. Remember, we'll break things down later. Venus will square Saturn and Neptune. So this is coming right after that Mercury Cazimi, right? But you've got this square. You've got Venus, right? She's so sweet. And she's all about your pleasures, the things that your heart desires. Well, she's, grounded now by Saturn and Neptune, okay? Remember, they're conjuncting. In Aries, they want different things. They bring very different things to the table. Yeah. Ideals and what's realistic, dissolving and building. So Venus being compromise and harmony, you've got to work with this energy. It is in your 6th house. It's connecting your 6th house. Remember, Venus is in Cancer, which is great for you, being fellow, water sign. That would be your 9th house. So your 6th house and your 9th house is really activated right now. Throws in a little bit of that 5th, natively ruling your 5th, even your 2nd. So a lot of work, a lot of projects. There's a lot of just maybe you're not seeing eye to eye with colleagues, employees. Maybe there's some not seeing eye to eye or with bosses. But to be honest, with Mercury in the mix here, okay, there's probably not, it's possibly just all miscommunication. But what's happening is Venus is in Cancer, and that can make you oversensitive. Yeah. Because it is your 9th house. And what's happening here is there's something here where it's just, even you may feel a little bit defensive. So just bear that in mind, okay? We have to find ways to compromise. Saturn is coming in hard with those reality checks. And Venus just wants to be sweet, yeah? So you're going to feel a little bit of a squeeze. Especially, again, with work, possibly health. It is your 6th house. Your day-to-day activities, your lifestyle, but also love and relationships and money. And I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to tell you why this day is going to affect you possibly the most out of all the signs. But home and family, too. They're thrown in here. But something may test your self-worth, your belief system, how you see yourself, self-belief as well. If someone questions your vision about your future or what you do, you might feel extra sensitive. That's all I'm saying. You have nothing to worry about, okay? Because, again, I'm looking at y'all may be a little bit extra sensitive. I'm just letting you know, okay? Someone might say, I don't know, tell a dad joke about turtles and you take it personally. That's what I'm saying. So just stay frosty, be cool. You got to be fine. Remember, channel your energy constructively. Most of all, practice patience, wax on, wax off. Okay. Patience is your BFF right now. Greatest virtue. And then with Venus square Neptune, that's little sister, big sister. And that's very La La Land. That's very Alice in La La Land. All right. With Saturn here, it can be like a Black Mirror episode. So there can be a little bit of like fogginess. Okay. We got to see through that fog. There can be a little bit of deception as well. FYI. Miss Doubtfire. Okay. So just keep this in mind. There just may be something here where you have to be realistic. But at the same time, try not to be over emotional. All right. Just continue to just do your breath work. Yeah. Continue toward your path to enlightenment. Okay. That's all you need to do. Spend time in nature because Mars is in Virgo still. All right. And that can be you being hard on yourself. I've talked about this, that self-critical energy. So the fact that the moon will be in your sign. Yeah. This day. Ooh, that brings a little bit of intensity. So you could be a little more overly emotional, okay? Sensitive, over nurturing as well, okay? So just bear that in mind. I'm going to tell you one last thing. Juno will be conjuncting the moon in your sign. First 2 days, the first and the second. So what do? You listen to music. It's Venus and Neptune. Remember, you're compromising. You're trying to bring everything together. And they both rule like artistry and creativity and imagination. So again, this is just shifting your mindset. I've talked about like hemisync, all about service to others with Mars and Virgo. That's in your 11th house anyway, humanity, the masses. So stay focused. Think about how far you've come. Yeah. Don't let anyone take away your power. If someone tests your vulnerability, just stay strong and be your authentic self and you're going to be fine. All right. And we'll talk about Juno later. Actually, we'll talk about her now. All right. Wednesday, August 6th, Mars moving into Libra. Wow. So this is why I'm trying to give you a big heads up here. All right. Just trusting your intuition. And again, you're one of the most intuitive signs. So just be you. Yeah. Mars, as we know, moving into Libra, very different energy from Virgo. Yeah. It's a little different, right? Mars is hard for you to connect with when it's in Libra, an air sign. Yeah. Mars being in Virgo, earth sign, earth and water. Great. Yeah. So just bear that in mind. Mars in Libra can be a little passive aggressive. Mars is your traditional ruler. You are going to really feel this. And Libra rules your 12th house. So that is spirituality. That's healing. Remember, you even got Chiron in your 6th. So you're working on healing, especially with all the retrogrades. But Mars moving into Libra, again, your 12th house, that's everything beyond the physical plane. That's a lot. That's like intuition, the subconscious. So you work well in that house. Scorpios are, medium psychic. So just keep that in mind. Mars is going to come in hard. Okay, he's in an air sign now, and he's going to be, and he is action, and he's drive, and he's passion. He's also, he's also libido. Mars is your ruler, by the way. So in a sense, this really just has everything to do with the actions that you take when you listen to your inner voice, be in touch with your third eye, your higher mind. You're going to be fine. Okay, so now here's the thing. Libra rules personal relationships, partnerships, marriage, legal matters. All about peace, harmony, diplomacy. Mars is going to be here until September 22nd. Okay. So you, from this moment forward until about September 22nd, you're going to be thinking about the fairness and justice when it comes to relationships, partnerships, legal matters. But also there may be some things there's going to be some things you're going to discover happening behind the scenes for you. And a lot of it may be really good. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And the reason why I'm really harping on this first half for you, Scorpio, is because this is a big time for you. You're going to feel Mars's intensity from this point until about the 17th really strongly. And that's because we're going to have this amazing, fantastic, grand air trine because Mars is going to be in Libra, Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius. So the 3 air signs working as a team. Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. We're going to talk about a lot of this. So that's amazing for you. And remember, they're all aspecting between 0 to 2 degrees. We'll obviously talk about this more next week in your weekly forecast, but you're going to feel this, especially the physicality part, especially the intuition part. You're really going to feel this in so many different ways, but this is going to be really amazing. And it's part of your transformation, right? Because what did I just say, right? I said Mars in Libra, okay? Uranus in Gemini, yeah? Pluto in Aquarius. So when we break that down, Mars, your traditional ruler in Libra, right? Connecting with Uranus and Gemini in your 8th house. That's your home. That's the home of transformation, yeah? As well as partnership building and wealth building, right? And then Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is your modern ruler. And that's your 4th house of home and family, your domestic sector. But Pluto natively rules your 1st house because Pluto's your ruler. So do you see how this air trine has a huge impact on you? Now, remember what I said up until the 17th? Well, Juno, and I'm not telling all that, I'm going to tell you because we'll talk about this more in the next week, okay? Juno, who's Jupiter's wife, right? Zeus's wife, is Libra's asteroid, between Jupiter and Mars in the sky, who is all about fairness, balance, equality in marriage, in partnerships, in commitments, in legal matters. And she's going to be connecting with the nodes, the North Node and the South Node at 18 degrees for about 2 weeks. So do you see this peace, harmony, balance of power, all of that fairness is such a big thing for you, Scorpio, for you. Okay. And Juno helps. Juno's very supportive. So you really you're going to get everything you want. Spend that time with Mercury retrograde. If you are here for career, because there's a lot of career stuff happening for you. What is fair? Think about the Justice card. That's Libra, right? With the scale. Think about that. What's fair? Get what you deserve. Okay. Now, and speaking of which, remember the Justice card, the judge does have that sword. And Mars, as you know, can be like a spear, right? A sword. So this is cutting anything that, is weighing you down. And this is all about integrity and diplomacy and karma and consequences, actions and consequences. So what is not your authentic self? What is not fair in your life? Like that fairness in the past. Yeah. All right. Now, this is when we get to the most bonkers weekend, which I like to call the anything goes convergence point. Are you ready? I hope you like surprises. This is a little bit out of control. And this weekend, and I'm including Monday, okay? And again, it continues to the back. Let me just list off what's happening. Yeah, it's going to be a long weekend. You have Mars trine Uranus, Mars opposite Saturn, Mars opposite Neptune, full moon in Aquarius, Mars trine Pluto, and then that Monday, Saturn sextile Uranus, Venus conjunct Jupiter, and Mercury goes direct. Yeah, this is all within Friday, August 8th. Yeah, August 8th, Lionsgate portal. Yeah. That's a big deal during Leo season. So again, listen, just look at my last live stream. I talked about this, okay? Now, here's the other thing. Mars, and we'll talk about it next week in your weekly forecast. But look at what's happening on that day. Mars trine Uranus. What? First, this only happens like once a year. It's rare, okay? But Mars is in Libra, trining Uranus in Gemini. Nobody on Earth has experienced this. Nobody, ever. This is exciting. And Mars trine Uranus, just in general, happens to be one of the most exciting trines. And trines, remember, auspicious, favorable, in your favor. They're like luck magnet. This is amazing, okay? So expect big radical breakthroughs. It's Mars with no brakes. Kool-Aid Man on rollerblades. This is big, okay? It's stimulating, it's wild, it's innovation, it's evolution, revolution, it's your freedom. Now, remember, Uranus and Gemini, your 8th house, death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, the new you. All right, this is your home. This is your home. You control your house. You're like, this is my house. This is how I'm going to transform. Yeah, I give you a thumbs up. Scorpio, come on, y'all crack me up. 8th house, again, there's something here with money. There's something here. And when I say money, remember wealth building, okay? Investments, royalties, bonuses, inheritance, joint bank accounts, loans, taxes, things like that, okay? You got your ruler here with Uranus. Whew, big breakthroughs, okay? And relationships, yeah, big time, okay? So remember, Uranus and Gemini alone, that is reinventing yourself. But the fact that it's in your 8th house of pretty much reinvention, and with Mars here, you are Aaron Brockovich. Yeah, you're Amy Adams in that movie talking to the octopus alien things. Anyway, this is you taking risks and being confident and assertive and bold and adventurous, rebellious, daring even. Doing things that you're excited to do, things that you've never experienced before. This is my way or the highway, okay? And even with, all this Leo energy, the sun in Leo, the sun ruling Leo, remember what I said, that's like your spotlight. This is you also being like a showman, like a showwoman, right? Oh, you're going to love this. And a lot of y'all are going to have a full change in direction. Scorpios, toward your legacy. This is your big break. That's Mars trine Uranus. All right. So please use this because there's going to be a lot of things at home and family here for you too. Okay. Your domestic sector is incredibly highlighted during this month, during this time, during this prism portal. Huge real estate, property matters, home and family and children, parents, all of that. Okay. Remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up. Now, the other thing is Mars will, and again, we'll go deeper next week. Mars will be opposite Saturn and Neptune. So you're going to feel this days before, days after. This is also on August 8th. Okay. Well, let's start with Mars opposite Saturn. Here's the thing. This happens on average every 2-ish years. It's the 2 malefic planets. Yeah. So there's that come at me, bro energy, okay? And it's a little clunky because Mars is fast, Saturn's slow. Mars happens to be detriment in Libra, Saturn's in his fall in Aries. This is a little awkward, but it is Mars and Saturn, and they are the fun police. They're TSA agents, okay? You got the boomer and the Gen Z, and they pull you to the side. They're like, random check, okay? On your spiritual journey, okay? On your karmic journey. And Mars, he's going to be looking for cracks in peace and harmony and relationships and things like that, right? And Saturn, who is karma, by the way, who wants you to learn lessons. Well, on this day, you're going to see what lesson that might be, okay? Remember, Saturn in Aries in your 6th, yeah? Everyday activities, your routines, work, health. Pay attention to health. This is physical health. This is mental health. But also, there may be something here with pets or vets or doctors. Saturn natively rules your 3rd. Contracts, agreements. Have you launched anything? Is there an important conversation you need to have? It's your 3rd, okay? Siblings. I told you got a lot of family energy, okay? Aunts, cousins, even neighbors, and travel, all right? So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, the other thing is that, wax on, wax off, it's Saturn, okay? Remember, when he's in Aries, you got to practice that patience, okay? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. You're going to make your flight to Tampa. Now, Mars opposite Neptune, that's just being realistic about your visions, your dreams. Avoid delusion, escapism. You'll be fine. Remember, stay grounded in reality. You don't turn off that Nintendo. You're going to be fine. It is a lot of cardinal energy that we're working in with right now. Remember, cardinal energy is initiator energy. It's that leadership energy. I told you that this is what you're going through. Every experience you're going through right now is for you to leader up, right? So you're going to be fine. Spend time in nature. Now, again, one of the reasons why this day for you, Scorpio, might be a little is because Pluto, your ruler, will conjunct the moon in Aquarius. Okay, so you can see this is a loaded day. And what that means is, yeah, there may be some intensity here and maybe even some revelations. Mercury is retrograde and there may be some, even like you doing some shadow work. We'll talk about it next week. But anyway, let's keep going, okay? We got the full moon in Aquarius Saturday. Well, it depends on where you live. Saturday, August 9th or Sunday, August 10th, because it's happening at 4 a.m. on the 10th. Yeah, my time, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time. Convert that wherever you live in the world. But remember, we have that amazing, perfect golden triangle, that air trine, Mars, Uranus, Pluto. And remember how it has a huge impact on you, Scorpio. Now you've got the full moon in Aquarius. I mean, what? Air sign, right? And all the other aspects, there's a lot of activity happening in the sky. But with Mars trine Uranus and a couple other things I'm going to tell you, this is one of the best full moons of 2025. Pluto, remember, Pluto in Aquarius, right? Uranus in Gemini, Uranus being Aquarius's ruler. Remember, Mars is sextile Uranus. Mars is your ruler. Pluto's in the mix. Pluto's your modern ruler. I can't even. Uranus being in your 8th house. Scorpio, this is going to be a big life-changing month for you. And at this full moon, this is a huge breakthrough, okay? Huge breakthrough. You're going to have freedom, all right? This is Aquarius energy. This is genius energy. It's all about innovation and community and your network and friendships. Yeah, that's going to be a big thing. But again, remember, it's mostly home, family. That's going to be big themes that come up for you. Your domestic sector, the foundations of your life. But it is a full moon in Aquarius. So a lot of what's going to be going on in your mind, because you have your 12th house activated, it is going to be Aquarius rules humanity, the collective. So this full moon is a collective awakening. Okay. Now, remember, the moon has an impact on our emotions. Yeah. Just like the moon controls the ocean tides. Ocean, water, emotions. And because we human beings are made of 60-70% water and all the planets are energy, of course this is going to have a big impact on the collective. All right, so the 8 billion people on this planet really going to feel this. We'll talk about it more in next week, okay? But this is a full moon that's very, let's call it revolutionary, all right? It's all about your future. Pluto represents, or Aquarius represents the future, all right? Things are definitely going to be coming to light too. It's a full moon. Now, the other thing is, yes, there may be something with mother here, by the way, all right? Just to let you know, all right? So there may be some, let's just say, like emotional, intimate moments with mother figure. It could even be a boss, because you have like a female boss. You have so much. Yeah. And even Saturn's in the mix. So there may be father figure, male boss. Anyway, I mean, listen. Okay. So let's keep going. You're one of the signs that's going to feel it the most. So the fixed signs are going to really feel this. Now, Sunday, now we have Mars trine Pluto. Okay. This is August 10th. This is exact 2 degrees. So, Scorpio, these are your rulers. You've got Mars, your traditional ruler, Pluto, your who do you think is going to feel this the most? This is huge. This is rare. Happens once a year. It's potent. You have the 2 most powerful planets. This is you feeling unstoppable. This is, in fact, you saying, get the out of my way. Because this is like conquer level ambition. She-Ra energy, okay? Incredible Hulk, whoever. It's true stamina. And yeah, Mars' physicality. You're going to really feel this, all right? Eyes on the prize. This is all about achievements. This is you having the determination and the willpower and the powerhouse of a CrossFitter. If that's still a thing, Anyway, you're going to get things here, big ones. Okay? They're your rulers. Pluto, again, all about transformation. And the fact that Pluto natively rules you, right? Like you're first. There's something big happening in you and your life right now. All right. And especially, again, that domestic sector, home, family, and you having this, you're going to see this gradual from the beginning of the month, you, Scorpio, seeing things in new ways, right? This huge, big focus on your life purpose, but also shift in perspective. Major. All right. This is Pluto is a higher octave of Mars. Yeah. We'll talk about this when we get to weekly forecast. There's just too much more to go through. Now, are we even? No. Did we? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Monday. There you go. Welcome to the rarest of them all, Saturn sextile Uranus. So you've been getting a sample, yeah, of Saturn sextile Uranus back in April. That one doesn't count. All right. That was in different signs, but last month. Okay. This is when they perfect 1 degree, the degree of initiating, of new beginnings. We have not seen Saturn sextile Uranus, yeah, since 1996, the Atlanta Olympics. Yeah, I remember. I was there. I'm from Atlanta. So this is so enormous because what's happening here, you don't get this often, okay? And remember, sextiles are these windows of opportunity for you to thrive and prosper. It's enormous. And remember, you've got Saturn in your 6th and your 3rd. You're becoming on you've got this bigger platform. Let's just say it that way. All right. You're becoming an authority yourself. You're really stepping into this confidence in your day-to-day activities. But remember, Uranus in your 8th, that's not only your home, but that is transformation. And that is regeneration. There's this new you. And there's something here happening with wealth, building wealth and partnerships. And that can be business. Yeah, if you're not here for love, it can be both. But this is your awakening. This is innovation. It's change. It's progress. But with Saturn. So great discipline, structure, authority. That's long lasting because Saturn's all about the long term and commitments. And Saturn in Aries is mastery of self. Uranus in Gemini is you being your authentic self. There's a new sensation. This is next level. This is new traditions being implemented. Remember what I've been saying the entire time. Out with the old, in with the new. You're completely reinventing yourself. And again, we'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast, all right? But you're going to feel this, all right? Now, the other thing is that, same day. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. What? I told you, August, you got Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. So you got the two benefic planets. They get together once a year. This is, first of all, the only conjunction this month, by the way. You're going to start feeling this around the 7th, the 8th. It's going to last until you're like the 19th, okay? This is big. And that is a very important date, and I'll tell you later why. Okay, just mark it in your calendar because this is the golden buzzer of the month. Everything your heart desires, it's Venus. Love, money, creativity, relationships with a planet of expansion, abundance, profit, luck. These two planets, they want the best for you. And this is one of the best aspects if you are single and looking, by the way, FYI. This is also, remember, you got Uranus sextiling Saturn. What the fax machine? This is your sliding doors moment. Uranus is the unexpected and surprises. Saturn's bringing that long term to commitments. So, yeah, you could have, miss your train and you're like, shucks. You got on the next train. There's your soulmate. It was meant to happen. We'll talk about this. It's in your 9th house, okay? So there's a big awakening for you this day. There's a big awakening for you where you're going to see something a different way. 9th house is spirituality. It's your belief system, but it's also travel. It's long distance travel. It's foreign people. It's foreign cultures, foreign lands. It's book publishing. It is also podcasts. It's broadcasting. It's education. Some of y'all going back to school. Some of y'all going to get a degree. Some of y'all going to win the Nobel Prize. There's a lot. You got so much happening with that Leo energy. Oh my gosh. And your 10th of fame, by the way. So Remember, Jupiter just natively rules your 5th. So there is something here with true love and romance and soulmates and family and children and sex. To be honest, yeah, okay? It's your 5th house, procreation. Some of y'all are going to have babies. Congratulations. Okay. Now, the other thing is that, really great time to launch something, by the way. Here's the thing. I'm going to skip that. Oh yeah, Mercury goes direct. Yeah. Okay, so clarity and like negotiations, movement, things like that. Okay, especially with career. Like you're on a mission. There's some things like you've been waiting to hear back about this job or this LLC that you applied for, whatever it is. Mercury was delaying things. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and by the way, this is going to be around that time as I film this while Mercury's retrograde. Around this time that the Great Awakener, finally. All right. That's when we're going to launch. So you can actually go to the site and just sign up for just, updates or whatever. But remember, longer predictions, right? Doing deep dives into world events. We're doing world astrology, teaching astrology, tarot, free tarot readings, doing daily tarot horoscopes for all 12 signs. Birth charts, we'll look into that too. Okay. For instance, by the way, just looking at y'all, do you know your birth chart? Do you know your natal chart? Do you have any planets in Leo? Right? In that house, Mercury's possibly going to be. That's your theme, right? Leo rules my 3rd house, which is Mercury's home. Technology, writing, communication. You saw that happened to me. But anyway, all live streams. Anyway, let's continue. Thursday, August 14th. Mercury sextile Mars. Yeah, this is going to be pretty insane for you. We'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. I'm just going to tell you something. Why is this so insane? First, it's super rare when you have Mercury sextile Mars. Okay, these planets move so fast, right? Not only will it perfect on the 14th, it's going to perfect on the 18th. What does that mean? It means that you're going to feel this for about a week, for about 10 days. Not a quickie 2-day thing where that's typical. It's fascinating how they're traveling together. And again, I told you when Mercury goes direct, it's going to be like a bullet train. There you go. Traveling with Mars. Yeah. Okay. So again, a lot of things around career, fame, the way that you want to be recognized, all of that. I mean, this is fire and air. Come on. And the only Mercury aspect this month. That's why I really want you to take advantage of this. You're going to see things happen like after what happened the weekend before. And it's just like Jupiter. Jupiter only has one aspect, but this is planetary wise. Anyway, let's keep going. You're going to see things happen for you in a big way. All right. And remember, you still have that spotlight with Mercury and Leo. All right. The other thing is Friday, August 5th. I'll tell you later. Okay. I'll tell you later, the 19th. Friday, the 22nd, we move into Virgo season, okay? So we switch gears in a big way, all right? Leo energy was fun and dynamic and and now it's Virgo energy. You love this. It's Earth. Earth and water goes well together. This is going from fun mode to, it's still fun mode, but like now really getting down to business, checking off your to-do list, being practical and organized, focusing on service to others. But you're going to see things happen here because Virgo rules your 11th house of your future hopes, which is long-term goals, commitments, dreams, and your social network. You're going to be very social. You're going to be networking. Okay. Big time. A lot of work stuff for you. New responsibilities coming through. All right. Now, and remember, you had Mars in Virgo for 2 months. That was preparing you. Okay. So you had a lot of, and just to let you know, Scorpio, when we get to September, guess where Mars goes? Your sign. You haven't had Mars in your sign for 2 years. So buckle up. During your birthday season, you're going to have Mars. Okay. The other thing is, happy birthday, Virgos, Keanu Reeves and Salma Hayek. Anyway, August 22nd or the 23rd, depending on where you live, the new moon in Virgo, 2 a.m. Okay, my time, Eastern Standard Time. This is at 0 degrees. It's in your 11th house of your future hopes, long-term goals, wishes, commitments, dreams, your future, and your social network. There's something, and support system, and benefactors, and allies, and friendships, humanity. This is big, okay? Mark this in your calendar. Please do. All right? There's a lot to this one, all right? 0 degrees, come on. It's a big reset that's happening for you, big new beginning. This is also very fertile soil, it being in Virgo, and at this degree. And just so you know, just so you can plan ahead, we'll talk about this when we get here. Remember what I said last week, okay? This is just giving you a big surge to the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. That'll happen in September, again in your 11th house. It's big, all right? And this new moon corresponds to the lunar eclipse in Virgo, March 3rd, 2026. So remember what I said, February 2026. That is a big time, okay? That's when we also have the solar eclipse in Aquarius. I've given you all the reasons, but anyway, Sun square Uranus, we'll talk about that later. Venus moving into Leo, Monday, August 25th. Again, you are going to love this in a way that you like, it's like air kisses to anybody that, like, you're going to love Venus in Leo. All right. Remember, this is just Mercury, Hermes, passing off everything that you've been doing in your career sector and fame sector to Venus. And Venus is the heart. Leo is the heart. You're going to love this. All right. It's in your 10th house of fame, career, your reputation, your public image. It's heart-based living, and it's love. It's relationships. It's money. It's creativity. Mercury leaves shadow this day. All right. Now, speaking of the heart, Tuesday the 26th, that's when we have Venus in 4 major aspects, hitting all outer planets, 0 degrees, 1 degrees. Your life is changing in a big way. I hope you know that. I hope you know that, Scorpio. I'm very excited for you. I really want you to mark this day in your calendar, okay? This is all fire and air. Venus is in Leo, right? And then it basically is a fiery heart emoji on this day. We'll obviously talk about it in your weekly forecast, but just to give you a little hint or a sample of what you can expect, Venus will trine Saturn. Yeah? So there's that support, that stability, and commitments. This is very karmic. Technically, that starts August 25th, but it's a package deal here. Then you got Venus sextile Uranus. Come on. Breakthroughs. All right? Money, love, especially for you. And then you have Venus trine Neptune. What? That's like transcendent, creativity. And then Venus opposite Pluto. So you'll feel that too. Okay? There's got to be some things coming to the surface. And that's the light version. Anyway, here's I saved the best for last, okay? It just naturally happened this way. Thursday, the 28th. This aspect needs like a marching band. It's Uranus, sextile Neptune. And again, you've been experiencing this. This has been part of that prism portal. But now it's perfecting at 1 degree. And we have not seen this aspect since 1965 to 1969. Remember, Uranus in Gemini is the mind. Yeah, it's the conscious communication. It's the future. It's breakthroughs. It's in your 8th house of transformation and money and love. And then you have Neptune in Aries, which is the dream, and it's very spiritual, and it's higher mind. Think about the late 60s. That's what's happening here. This basically, what's happening here is like the new Burning Man without the sponsors. This is insane because this is like whimsical. It's consciousness expanding. It's very visionary. Remember, you've got Neptune, Saturn, and Aries in your 6th. Now sextiling Uranus and Gemini in your 8th. Oh, you're going to have big breakthroughs. You're having huge breakthroughs in your daily life. You're going to see it change in humongous ways, especially with everything else that's happening. And remember, everything that, like, all the prism portal, right? All the 4 planets, outer planets. Remember, they're outer planets. They move slow. I've told you 2025 to 2027 are the most pivotal important years of the decade. But what's happening now, everything that you're even seeing happening in the world, happening in your life right now, this story is until 2032. Anyway, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Let's get started. Scorpio, my bottle cap there. For coconut water, okay? Oh gosh. Oh, let's really get started. Scorpio, y'all are amazing. All right, let's see what's going on for you for August 2025. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio, listen. How are y'all doing? Come on. Y'all got you got so much happening already. Yeah, I see I'm here with you every week. Congratulations. I read your comments. I love what's happening for Scorpios. And then this month again. Yeah, it's like one of those months where, yeah, sure. Most of the fixed signs, and then also like air signs, fire signs. Yeah, they're going to feel a lot of these aspects the most, but just look at what's happening for you. It's almost like secretly, like Scorpios, like, whoa, a lot of great stuff. I do a traditional occult cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, especially for a monthly reading, and if we need to pull clarifiers, we will. You know we will. All right, let's get started. You know I love y'all. And yeah, the biggest month of change. Biggest month of change. There's got to be some change. You better believe it. You better believe it. You see what's happening here. Big. Okay? We got some... Yeah. So what did I tell you was going to be the biggest theme for you? Well, I said work, yes, but partnerships, relationships. That can be love. It can be career. Let's get started. You got the 10 of Cups. Amazing. Listen, you've gone through stuff, yeah, and lately you've gone through some great stuff when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to home and family. When you see everything that's happening in this card, this is so much joy. It's ecstatic. It can even be rapturous, right? The only rainbow in tarot. This is beautiful. It's the 10 of Cups. All right. So when you see what's happening in your spread, it's like, okay, really, really, really great. Now, what's next? Well, it looks like you got the 3 of Swords and the heart of your spread. I told you Mars and Libra might be a little, with you. This card is attributed to Libra. It's a Libra card. Now, you got the Lovers in your challenge area. So it looks like there may be some attention around partnerships and relationships. This does indicate the end of relationships. I told you Juno is going to be a huge factor in that, but it doesn't mean it's like love strictly. Remember, this can be work and career. Y'all are having a lot of changes there. And it doesn't mean that every Scorpio in the world is going to go through a breakup. It just means there may be something here where it needs some adjustment when it comes to relationships, but especially how you see relationships. Okay? Something made you see, you had to see something. And when I say that, it can also be platonic. It can also be, like your sister. Remember, you got a lot of family stuff happening. So it's wherever it resonates with you, but it definitely will be something with relationships, okay? And, with it being Libra, and then you have the Lovers in your challenge area, it is a Gemini card in your 8th house. So this is really amplifying. I told you, what is that? Partnership building, but it can be business. It can be with your investor, your relationship with your investor. But it just feels like there's something here that you saw that you were just like, oh, okay, well, let's get through this in the way that I need to when I'm trusting my intuition. Why? Because A, you have strength in your crown. Wonderful. You have the Knight of Cups and the root of your spread, further indicating there's something here with partnerships and relationships. This is a knight in shining armor. Maybe there's something here where you don't feel emotionally fulfilled in some area when it comes to a partnership or relationship. And now you're going to change that. You're going to fix that. Okay. And you do have that strength here, right? In your crown, which is absolutely amazing. You know that everything here is heart-based. Yeah. The Knight of Cups. Cups is all about love, emotions, feelings. Look down. Look at your entire spread, okay? And I will say it. This is a rare spread that I've never seen. And the chances of you getting a spread like this in a month like this, yeah, that's like 1 in quintillion. All right. Because Knight of Cups, heart. He's moved, right? This is all about emotions. This is cups, love, emotions, feelings. He wants to fill his cup. Yeah. And again, it can be creative partners. Keep that in mind. He's a very creative hipster. You've got strength attributed to Leo. What did I say Leo is? It's the heart. Where does strength come from, right? It's that inner courage. Trace that word back to its etymological root, courage. Go all the way back to Latin. K-O-R, okay? Heart. Corazon. Heart. Yeah? Heart, 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 heart. Queen of Cups, heart. Okay? Yeah, you got to do what's emotionally right for you. Okay? And sometimes it may not be easy. And even though, yeah, you see a big heart here, here's the irony is that it's still a sword suit. What's got to go up here? Yeah? When you're going through your emotions, when you're processing emotions, you got to process it up here. I told you Mercury in Leo, Sun in Leo. Mercury is the mind, right? And so you have this mind-heart coherence. Use it this month, and you'll be fine with the Queen of Cups. We have a lot of self-love, and everything's wonderful. And people even see you as this leader, as someone who's very emotionally intelligent and loving, and it just seems like you want to be there to take care of others too. Let's get to your stuff. Scorpio, listen, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what is going on. There's big stuff this month. And you know I love y'all. All right, so let's see, you're gonna be fine. And this is why I'm not like, oh, Scorpio. You've just got, listen, all the planets are asking you to, there's going to be change this month, okay? That's all there. But look at this. Who are you? You got the Queen of Pentacles. You got these two queens, really great, divine feminine energy, just feminine energy. Queen of Pentacles, this is the richest queen. But she has got this spiritual wealth too. And she has the resources, right? She can build the world that she wants to live in, but she thinks of other people, okay? She's very practical. She's very grounded. And there is a sense of, let's take that action and initiate something new. If it's a way that you have to see something in a new way, let it be that, all right? Because there is a little bit of, things are going to grow, but we've got to make sure it grows in the way that we're creating it. Now you got Temperance. Amazing. You got an Archangel protecting you all month. You got Archangel Michael saying, you're good. I got you. I'm in your external factors area for a reason. I'm saying, listen, you're going to get to any path, everyone's on a path. You're going to get to where you want to go. Don't stress. Don't worry. That only delays your path. Enjoy the moment. Be aware in the moment, and you'll be fine. Okay. And even here, there's going to be some things very likely. Remember, emotions can be a little bit heightened for you in certain days. Yeah. There's going to be likely some things where you might be a little like, I'm going to try to, when your, intuition is saying, right. And so this is also saying, like, sometimes doing nothing at all is the best thing. Okay. Let things play out. You can still take action, but in terms of, remember, it's a very karmic month. Just bear that in mind. But you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You got the Emperor. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Okay. He's the leader. You know that. He's Aries, even with the Rams in his throne. Remember, you got Saturn, Neptune, and Aries. That spiritual warrior, that leader, that he's got the world in his hand. So, and he's very wise. Yeah, that's Saturn, imparting that wisdom in your 6 everyday activities. This is you becoming that leader. And it just seems like that's what you want anyway. So align with that. And you have the Ace of Swords in your final outcome. You're going to have a big breakthrough. Okay. Huge. Use it. Remember, I said there's something you got to see. Okay. Even without putting down your stuff, I said there's something you're going to have to see in a different way. There's something here where it's like, right? Change of perspective. But there you go. You have the Ace of Swords. You'll have that. This is all about having that mental breakthrough. Swords are communication. It's thought. It's logic. It's ideas. This is brilliant ideas. There's some brilliant idea that you might have. And it's an ace. New beginnings, new opportunities. Also, there's a lot of like making up in this, especially the first 10 days. There's a lot of like making amends, that type of energy as well. But, you see the olive branch here. There's a lot of like making up, but the third thing is like, yeah, there's something that you're signing, or a lot of you are getting married, or there's something here you're getting together. But it all starts with having that breakthrough. Okay, that's when you become the leader. That's when you have so much power. That is the biggest sword in the deck, indicating with great power comes great responsibility. So let's see things in a way where Neptune's not, you'll be fine. You're going to be great. You got some big old new things. Your life is changing. Now let's break it down week by week. Scorpio, first week of August would be, that right off the bat, just know it might be a little emotional. Okay. Just letting you know. And then you got Mars moving into Libra. You got Mars trine Uranus on August 8th, that Lionsgate portal. You got a lot happening. Mars opposite Saturn, Neptune. I mean, just the fact that Mars and Pluto, your two rulers, are so active this entire month. Okay? Just keep that in mind. All right? And then even just the full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, that's going to have a big impact on you. That's going to have it. And then you got Mars trine Pluto. Anyway, it's a bonkers time. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week. All right. Of August. I don't even make this up. I told you this is rare AF. Like, this is like none of the stakes are cooked. You have the Two of Cups. So when I say partnerships and relationships seems like a big thing for you this month, here's your affirmation where you get the card of true love, the soulmate card, in layman's terms, the twin flame, all of that. This is opening yourself up to someone else. Here's the thing. Yeah, new love. Yeah, new relationships. Yeah, new partnerships and career. Yeah, new creative partners. But also opening yourself up in other ways in current relationships. Any capacity, okay? You see the winged lion. Come on, that's a lot of passion. In Leo season, there's a lot of passion. So you got something new happening here and it's healing. You see the caduceus. Yeah, you're good. Second week. You got Saturn sextile Uranus. Oh my goodness. You got Venus conjunct Jupiter. Oh my gosh, that one's amazing. And by the way, they are going to be connecting with the North Node that will be conjuncting the moon in Pisces. So that's very dreamy, very emotionally moving. That's, water sign like you. That's your fifth house of true love and romance. That's your North Node. Like and sex, okay, and children. A lot of y'all having children, or maybe there's grandchildren in the mix. Fifth house is also creativity, so creative project. There's something here big, all right, with the Venus Jupiter conjunction. And you got Mercury going direct, and then you got Mercury sextiling Mars again. We'll talk about that a lot more when we get to your weekly. But I do want to let you know on the 15th, Friday, August 15th, now you've got Venus trining the North Node. So you see how partnerships, relationships, really big thing for you. Love, creativity, money. Let's see what's going on for you the second week of August. Oh, yeah. You take it. Your power. You're good. King of Swords. Who is Aquarius, by the way? Yeah. All this Aquarian energy, the full moon in Aquarius that you're really feeling. Remember, there's some revolutions there and some even revelations there. But King of Swords, wow. He's the only king that looks directly at you. That's power. He can look you right in the eyes and say, this is how it goes. I'm not intimidated. In fact, he's the intimidating one, right? This is someone who's very clever, strategic, makes really great decisions. Look at his sword tilted. He's ready to strike. Take your action. Take your action. It seems like you're going to get something that you want, but you got to communicate. Now, third week. Oh yeah, there's something that's happening. I'll tell you in your weekly forecast. So the sun moves into Virgo, and then we have the new moon in Virgo. Sun square Uranus. There just may be some little surprise here on Sunday, August 24th, when it comes to maybe a friendship. Okay, We'll talk about it more. There, just be prepared to adapt, okay, to something. And maybe with relationships too. Now, let's see what's going on for you that third week where there's just so much happening. All that Virgo energy that we move into, new moon in Virgo for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. All right, so look at you. Like I said, Virgo season is going to be absolutely amazing for you. Remember, I said partnerships, relationships, going to be really big thing. You're going to see things in a new way. Your spiritual houses are amplified, especially with Jupiter in your ninth house of spirituality, of your belief system, of how you see things, the divine, higher mind. There you go. You got the Hierophant, who connects the divine in our physical world. You got the Ace of Swords. That sword pointed straight to the sky, straight to the divine. You're good. You're so good here. There's this new you, that spiritual leader that I was talking about, that compassionate, you're moving on up. You're moving on up. Look at this. Everything that you're manifesting, it's happening. Okay. I love this. And the Hierophant is also kind of like a bridge maker as well. It's amazing. And by the way, he is Taurus. So remember, you are going through a lot of that. Taurus rule is your opposite sign. So it's like partnerships, relationships anyway. Yeah. So there's something here where it's like, yes, things are good. Week 4 last week. Oh yeah. Venus moves into Leo. Mercury leaves shadow. You got Tuesday, the 26th with Venus and 4 major aspects. Like what? And then, Thursday, the 28th, Uranus, sextile Neptune. That's going to be, oh my gosh. Just having that leading us into September. What? All right. Let's see what's going on for you. 4th week of August. You got the 7 of Swords. All right. So I'm not surprised. And the reason I say that is because, I was feeling a little bit that Venus opposite Pluto energy really strongly for you. When I was looking through it, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm going to give them the light version. Venus opposite Pluto. There's likely something here that you have to face. Okay, remember I said there may be some things that come to the surface, but Venus opposite Pluto, this is that day with the 4 Venus aspects. Pluto being your modern ruler, Venus being in Leo at this point in your 10th. There's just something here, okay? So just keep it in mind. And it may be work related. There may be something here with career. There may be something here with a boss or the big picture is just making sure that you're on track. You're being honest with yourself about things and circumstances. And so when I say that, the fact that this card is attributed to Moon in Aquarius, right? And so Pluto being in Aquarius with Venus in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius, that's kind of a big thing. That's a kind of a big indicator that it could be home and family as well. Now, when I say circumstances, it can be something where, this card is attributed to deception and deceit and dishonesty. You've got Juno in your sign and your Scorpio. Like you can detect any of that from like 3 states away. So it's just saying, don't just let it happen. If there's, be honest with yourself. I'll clarify that. Okay. I'll clarify that. It's a strong month. Everyone's going through like a, okay. That 2 of Pentacles, there's something here where it's just very, very clear. It's like maybe you have to make some sort of decision at this point. And I don't really see it as something that is, it really is there's something you have to say. There's something you have to be vocal about. There's something you can't just hold in, all right? And therefore, if it's hard for you to say something, focus on the throat chakra or maybe do some shadow work around that time, all right? Oh, well, that's your... Yeah. Okay. Last clarifier. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. So there may be something here about like the foundations of your life. There may be something here with something that you're like building with someone. There could be just something here where even you just kind of get in your head about something, but it's better to have that conversation and not hold things in. Okay, that's all this is saying. It might have to do with money, finances. Remember, you have a lot of work stuff, and it could be with a boss. It could be with a colleague. It could be with an employee. Whatever it is, you need to talk. All right. That last week. All right. Now, all right. So anyway, Scorpio, y'all are amazing. This is honestly like, how is this even possible? Like crazy, insane. Like what is going on? All these courts and major arcanas that showed up, and you got all this stuff that's referencing love and relationships. Anyway, you're amazing. Next week we will go deeper, and yeah. Oh yeah, and tier 3 members. Oh, we're going to take a look. We'll look at love. We'll look at career. We'll look at a bunch of things. All right. Anyone's welcome to join. You know where to find the link. Really good legendary members. Let's do it. Scorpio, I'm very excited for you. Y'all. Oh, wait. Is there one? Oh, no. Okay. Y'all are amazing. I will see you next week. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.